Hey, what's going on, y'all? Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to properly build out a complete sales funnel in a matter of minutes using the power of AI. And we're doing this using a platform called Lovable. All you have to do is go to lovable.dev in order to find this. And what we're going to be doing is essentially treating it like an OpenAI conversation back and forth. Lovable gives you a command prompt, as you can see here, and we're going to be vibe coding inside of it. If you don't know what vibe coding is, it's essentially where AI does the actual coding and development work, and you're simply guiding it and telling it what you like and don't like and what you're looking for. Just like when you're doing a normal AI prompt, we want to be as specific as possible with the details we're giving it if we want the AI to produce it properly, or you can give it more free rein and see what it can do. It's super neat. You can even use Lovable if you want to get some inspiration. So let's say you're currently building out a website and you're kind of having writer's block, so to speak, or you're having creative disconnect, you don't really know what to do. I've even used Lovable, or people on my team have used Lovable just to get inspiration. You tell it currently what you're working on and it'll spit something out and you can be like, okay, I like how they designed that. You're kind of getting like a third-party view of how the website could be built, and then you could turn around and rebuild your website using some key components that Lovable gave you. It's super awesome. So to start off, I've got a prompt that I already wrote out here. So just wanted to throw up an example. I know I have a lot of marketing agencies that watch my videos. So let's say create me a sales funnel with a VSL that will act to incentivize leads to book a sales call with me. I run a marketing agency and my services include running paid meta ads, doing social media marketing, creating content, posting, blah, blah, blah. This is just an example. I know a lot of you guys are doing similar service to this. Go ahead and make sure this is copied too, because sometimes when you launch the prompt, you're going to need to repaste it, but it'll take a few minutes, so you just got to be patient. So Lovable's kind of responding already, digesting how it's going to go about constructing this sample for the marketing agency that we're building out. Again, wait a couple minutes and then it'll populate. We're going to come back when it's ready. All right, perfect. We're back. It is generated, and see, it kind of gives a blurb about everything if you scroll down. But what I want to show, so this is going to be the opt-in page, watch free training, and then that'll promote you down to the actual VSL. I specified I want a VSL so I can incentivize people to book a sales call with me. Gives a basic structure, and then book a call CTA as well. Where you can input your name, email, phone number. So this is fairly basic because I didn't really give it much to go off of, but even things like this, like let's say you're building out a Go High Level funnel and you really like this node and you want to snag it for yourself. You can simply just take a screenshot and embed it as a photo, and no one will know the difference, especially when you make the photo like interactable, so if someone does click on the button, it'll actually open a pop-up. That's just a little workaround you can do. Or if you want to straight up use this exact one, you can click publish, and then you can go and add a domain in here, and then Lovable will literally host it. So if you're using like GoDaddy or Hostinger or whatever domain platform, you can sync it up with here, and then you can actually just have your live domain set. You can even take the HTML code out for this build and then plug it into Go High Level. Although, mind you, sometimes it won't be a 1-to-1 ratio sync. There's a lot of different capabilities within Lovable, and Go High Level is kind of vanilla when it comes to web design, so it may not always perfectly sync. However, you can prompt Lovable and specify like, hey, I'm going to be plugging this into Go High Level. Give me something that's genuinely compatible, and then you'll have an easier transition there. There's so many ways to go about this. Okay, so now that you guys saw kind of a basic example of how to set this up, you can literally set this up for anything you can think of. To give you guys kind of a stupid example, something that I set up just to show my Asked It to Build Me platform, it's actually funny. So this is supposed to be for dogs, but see, classic AI, it's showing cats. That's also why you have to be a little specific. This is AI at the end of the day. They read things at face value. They don't always understand correctly, so you have to guide it. So this is obviously something I would change. So here's how you actually can go about changing. So you click edit right here, and then you can hover over, and notice as I'm hovering, there's different like pop-ups that are going on. This one's going haywire, but let's say, here's what I would do. I would click this image, and now I'm within the image, and then I would specify to it, be like, hey, change this to a dog, and then I would click submit, and then it would go in and it would start editing this for me. It may take a minute, but I specifically told it to create a storefront for dogs. We got Charlie there, so this is obviously another thing that I would go about changing. Literally anything you want to within the builder is subject to change. So as far as creating these, it's not like you have to start from scratch each time. You can actually go through, fine-tune, and continue to build it. Bang. New dog one. This one's perfect compared to the one of cats because this is a dog storefront. But anyways, let's go back and actually get into a little bit more of a specific example to show you guys how detailed you can make this. Now, especially when dealing with AI prompts, I recommend even going to an AI itself and being like, hey, help me prompt this properly. So what I went ahead and did is I went into OpenAI and I told them, hey, I'm going to be using Lovable, and my OpenAI account already knows a ton about my business. So I decided to make one. So what we're going to be doing is prompting a sales funnel towards my business. I work with agency owners owners and B2B service providers, and I threw in my actual guarantee. I guarantee 30 book sales calls the next 45 days of working with me, or it's free. So what OpenAI did is generated me a super extensive script or prompt to go ahead and throw in. So we're going to copy this. We're going to paste it over. So this is like wildly specific. And of course, there's a ton of key features in here that I don't have to include if I don't want to, but for the sake of this, we're going to go with all of it. But as you can imagine, you can use this as at least a basis to start off of, and then you can go in and edit things as you see fit. But we're going to go ahead and launch this and see what it come up with. I reckon this one will take a little bit longer just because I had more detail to give it. So yeah, we're going to wait and see again, and then I'll come back once it's actually generated. All right, we are back. This time it took about 3 minutes or so to actually populate. So get 30 qualified sales calls in 45 days, looking strong. See how it works. Throw in a little VSL here. It's looking kind of similar to the last one. Ooh, this is sick. Showing some testimonials, and see, especially like once you've liked a design, you can go in here and actually you could even handwrite the testimonials to make them specific to your clients, or you can tell Lovable, like, let's say you do actually have a Marcus Chen, be like, hey, Marcus Chen used this quote, use that instead, or something like that, and Marcus Chen generated 100 grand, not 47 grand. But yeah, I mean, this is looking solid to me. Honestly, if I were to go back and tell it, I would tell it to merge these two, so like have it all in one thing rather than this blocky shit that it's doing side by side. That just doesn't look good to me. Ooh, like this, like if they did that same shit here. But anyways, this is a great example though. Literally took me a couple minutes, no, not even a couple minutes. It took me like maybe 45 seconds to write this up, if that, and then to prompt this. The longest part was waiting for it to be generated, and then from here, the next step for you is going to be to click edit, figure out what you like and don't like. You can literally hover over any part after you've clicked the little editor, opens up the prompt, you can edit anything you would like. It's awesome. That's really all there is to it to build a killer funnel. This is a great basis to go off of if you're a beginner or if you just want some inspiration. So I highly recommend you take it for a spin. It's honestly fun to use. You can build out some neat ones. You can build out some gag ones. You can do whatever you want with this thing. Anyways, that's all from me, guys. And like you see here, if you're an agency owner or a B2B service provider and you're looking to get 30 new qualified sales calls within the next 45 days of working with me and my team, and if we don't get you those 30 sales calls, we will keep working with you for free until we do. I'm going to leave my link down below. You can book in a call with me and we can talk about how we can actually take you to the next level strategy using our AI automated scale agent system from A to Z. No work has to be done. All you have to do is plug in your lead list, post organic content, run ads, and then bang, hop on your sales calls because the AI will do all the lead nurturing and lead generation for you. So yeah, guys, that's all for me, and I'll see y'all in the next video.